So today is Saturday, and I'm doing this week's review, specifically talking about yesterday, Friday's trading. And so I was just sitting through it and I was like, fuck it, let me just do a record on yesterday's review. Yesterday, it was a good day. I did take some W's and I also took some break-even trades, and I took some losses, but there were really few though, cut few. And yeah, so what we're looking at here is Friday's trading. So this is like regular trading hours. It's currently like regular trading hours. And yeah, so what I'm doing now is what the time is currently like 25 minutes past 9. And I was just trying to get a feel for the regular trading hour. And I had just been stopped out on a trade here that I took. And this trade, those schematics of that trade was we had sell side, right? We had a sell side breach, sell side liquidity pool right there. It's graded in red. So around 8:15 Eastern Standard Time, we had that breach on that sell side liquidity. It just went maybe 5 handles below it, 10 handles. Okay, that can't be 10 handles because that's only a wick. It pierced it maybe like I would say 3 handles, right? At 8:15, breached the sell side liquidity, pre-market session sell side liquidity, and it has not yet been in the opening bar, and it's not been the news driver, the 8:30. So I'm watching this and I'm just obviously just speculating. I haven't done anything just yet. Let me know. Now there's something. I'll be back in a minute. Jesus fucking hell.
Sir, acolo nu știu. Combia. Nu mai. Nu știu, dar nu am ce nu spus. Ok. Doar că să la fira.
Yeah, so that was just the discrepancy that I just had right now. There was someone knocking my door. But I was saying is we had just taken out Southside and I'm watching this and I just speculating. I don't have anything in mind yet. Because where they breached that Southside, it didn't seem so obvious to me, right? So I was speculating because they could have gone and gravitated lower and just continue getting animated lower on Southside. But when I saw that, it was ahead of 8:30, right? I was like, okay, maybe they might try to jump higher. So now I'm kind of contemplating on whether should I buy or should I just wait. And the moment we had that price surge of 8:15. We had this buy side purge right there, and that confirmed. And it's also supporting of the order breaker, but whatever it is, it's a CISD. It's changed that just taking our previous high. So it does that. Now I'm convinced at this point. Now it's probably going to gravitate high. So now, before it could do that, it would have support of the BUSSY, and so it does retest back on BUSSY. It couldn't even get to consequent encouragement. So the BUSSY is the red, excuse me, the blue rectangle that I graded there, and I named it BUSSY. I labeled it BUSSY. So it's a buy side imbalance of efficiency. So I'm guessing you guys know that. So it supports off that, but it fails to even breach consequent encouragement. What does that mean? Well, it means there's strength. It's relatively power strength in this market, and that chances are what's going to happen next is a huge price surge in prices, right? It's increases because that's what we look for in BUSSYs and fair value gaps. The strong indicator of whether it's a sell side or buy side delivery, a strong indicative signature of our fair value gap would be that fair value gap not getting completely filled. If you understand what I'm saying. So we don't want to look for the complete closure. We wanted to get in just enough for us smart money to get in, but not to complete close. You see, someone who has a 5 minute trainer ideology of the value gap is gonna think that they're gonna require complete close on the gap. But us, the dudes who know how to use these concepts, we know that we don't need that. We do not need it to fill the gap completely. In fact, that's what we're looking for. And if it's a consequent encroachment, man, that tells you really that it's relatively strong. And now chances are it's gonna explode up high, right? It's gonna rally up high. And so that's what I was saying right then. So the next candle after mitigating that busy up half, it gravitates high. So I see that, I'm like, okay, boom. We have now an order block put in place. So we have these two down close, consecutive down close candles. And I'm watching that and I'm setting my buy limit there. Expecting to gravitate to retest that order block. So I'm setting my buy limit at exactly at the open of that down close candle, the highest down close candle, which is the order block. So as I do that, I'm setting a buy limit. It does get down to but it does not fill me. It does not fill me because of the spreads. So just right off the head that retested off my order block and my buy limit that I had set immediately exploded back in, immediately exploded, and it continued to the upside, right? And so at this point, I'm just like irritated. I wouldn't say I'm frustrated or angry or anything. I'm just irritated because it didn't fill me, because now I'm probably gonna get a worse price, a higher price, expensive price, because I'm trying to buy this. I'm trying to buy it at the cheapest as I can, right? If you get something logically, you would want to buy it at its most cheapest value, right? So when you have that chance, you take it, right? But then what happens if the bidder doesn't come through? Then you get a little bit irritated, but you do know you're gonna get it eventually, but at the more expensive price. So that's exactly what happened in this case. And so as it was going up and it failed to reach my buy limit, it gets inside of the it gets busy. I mean, it's sub it's outside and buy side efficiency. So now I'm expecting that since we're in a buy program, I would expect that to reverse its row, right? Instead of rejecting off it, I would expect it to break through it, cross over it, and then come back, act as support and retest off it, and only get into the up half. See what I'm saying? I just need it only to get in the up half. I don't need it to go deep. In fact, I don't want to see that. What I want to see is price just staying relatively strong in the upper half. I will only want to see the bodies laying in the upper half of that fair value gap. It's very much permissible for us to see wicks get down below the consequent encouragement, but as I said, I'm only looking for the upper half, right? And so that's exactly what it does. It pierces the consequent encroachment, supports off it into the order block, but that was also some sort of schematic behind that because it was going down to the order block, right? It doesn't close inside of the order block's range. In fact, it repels away from it as I was expecting. And so as it does that, I'm buying it. I'm buying it right there that moment. So I buy like 3 contracts. So on its first attempt to get down to the order block, I'm buying at 1. The moment it's inside the order block and it's repelling away from it, I'm buying again. On the next candle that starts to leave, before you could leave it, I'm buying another contract again. And the next thing you know, we're ahead of 8:30. And what do we know about 8:30? Well, 8:30, guys, is the news driver. So what happens usually at that time, even if there isn't any news, but the algorithm is trained in a certain way that when it's 8:30, they will intervene. There will be some sort of manual intervention. So you see a signature of this is you see these large extrapolated bullish or bearish candles, full on bearish bullish candles on a market sentiment that is predisposed to go up higher. Which this is exactly the conditions that were in this place, that was setting this conditions to expect higher prices. So what they would do at 8:30 is they would explode price up higher drastically without even having to, retrace or anything like that, meandering around. No, it will explode instantly at 8:30. And so that's exactly what it did. 8:30 hits and boom, it explodes straight to my TP. Okay, not straight to my TP, but exploded straight to buy side liquidity where I should have taken profits, but I wasn't monitoring it. My TP was way beyond where it was way beyond the first target. So my TP did not get hit, and I was supposed to take profits. I was monitoring it. That's the problem. I wasn't monitoring, and so I was off the charts. And it did retrace on me, but it didn't hit my stop loss yet. It hadn't hit my stop loss yet, so I trailed my stop, expecting it to go to my TP, which was like at a higher price. But it eventually didn't. In fact, it just stopped me. It stopped, which I didn't lose profits. I made money, but I got out at the worst price. It was that was a break even trade I was talking about. So that was the trade. I think that was the first trade of the day, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that was the first trade of the day. And so second trade, and so yeah, so this is me just trying to get a feel for the market right now. It's like we like ahead of 9:30, the regular trading open. So it's like 2 minutes. So now I'm just adding one contract just to feel how the market is. I'm not. It's nothing determined. I'm not just expecting it to gravitate to my target instantaneously at that very moment. I'm just speculating, trying to see exactly what is it doing. So yeah, so what I'm doing is I'm targeting my liquidity. The reason why I didn't set for the pre-market session buy side is because usually 8:30s has these large extrapolated protracted moves, so it could just go beyond the pre-market session buy side. So what I'm doing is I'm allowing my TP to yield more profit, just in case if it goes above pre-market session. I wouldn't want to get I obviously would want to get the most out of that trade. So okay, so that was that trade, the three contracts I was talking about earlier on. That was my trail stop loss right there. That I had just been stopped out. So just right after I got stopped out, I'm taking another contract. One contract, just trying to get the feel for it. Obviously, nothing determined. So now it's like 9:30. Yeah, 9:30 now. So I'm just watching it. So 7 o'clock. That's the pre-market session. That's the pre-market session start. And yeah, so yeah, that was 9:30's liquidity that was injected, and it stopped me out instantly, straight from the open. Which I had no hard feelings about that because I was expecting it to do something like that. As I said, it was nothing determined. I didn't expect it to go to my TP straight away. So right there, it takes our Southside liquidity at 8:15. So it just taken out 8:15 Southside liquidity. So at this point, I'm not doing anything yet. I'm just watching it, trying to see exactly what's going on here. Could it gravitate lower and continue going lower? Or is it just gonna take out the Southside liquidity and then just get back inside the range and take up the target buy side? That's just what I'm watching right now. So I'm just trying to see. And so a signature of price trying to get above pre-market session buy side is if it closes, as if it closes above the first percent fare that I got, and then it inverses it. So once it does that, then I'll buy it the moment it does that. So that's exactly what's happening. So I was just creating that south side liquidity. So boom, right there. See, you see how it closes above it? Now I'm expecting it to gravitate lower to retest the first percent that I got and reverse it. So it does that immediately. So I'm buying 2 contracts after I had already set a buy limit. TradingView was kind of lagging. It was taking time. I don't know what's up with TradingView these days. So that was a buy limit, but it was really slow. TradingView is lagging. And so those 3 contracts were reflecting. So now I'm currently in the trade, and yeah, I'm in the trade. And at this point, I'm up 50 handles already. It's crazy, bro. The conditions we're in right now, they're very volatile. I mean, not even a minute in the trade, I'm 50 handles up, Literally. So that's me setting my TP. Probably that pre-market session buy side. But I think that did I think I was getting my hopes a little too up. Guys, forgive me. I'm really slow on my keyboard. When it comes to keyboard, I'm really slow, so forgive me. So I think that's one of the reasons why ICT says you should be really cautious in these conditions. A lot of people should be cautious because there are very volatile times. Very volatile times we're in. Because if price can traverse, 100 handles in less than a minute, bro, I think everyone should be risk on at this point. I don't think anyone should try to get home runs, try to increase their leverage. I think you should be doing the opposite, decrease it. Because if you're on the wrong side of the market, you're getting stopped out immediately. You are getting denied immediately, and it's really painful, It's really painful. It's not a nice feeling. So these times require individuals experience who know how these conditions are, who've gone through these type of conditions. It requires really a lot of experience. So I have like 3 years of experience right now. So that's how I'm able to pull up these type of trades. 3 years of experience is crazy, right? I'm only 17 or 3 years. That sounds so old, bro. I swear. I sound like a dad saying all this. So now it's obviously like very close to my buy limit. I intended to set a sell limit, but I mistakenly pressed on buy stop. So I only realized when I actually got filled on the buy stop. So that was a little bit too late. So the moment I realized, I had to quickly take that out and just close the trade. But I was just so frustrated. I didn't send on buy stop. So that's me just annotating that I'm taking off a contract. Since I have 3 contracts, that's why I'm taking one partial off the pre-market session buy side. Not knowing that I was setting a buy limit, adding on the trade. So right there, that moment, my buy stop got triggered. I still haven't realized it yet. And then boom, once I hear that sound, now I realize, oh shit, I just entered another contract. I was like, damn, bro. I was like, fuck. The fuck. So now I'm taking 1 contract off. So I'm trying to take out 1, close that trade immediately. Right there. I'm just so irritated and frustrated, bro. It's like, how the fuck could I have done that? Like, how did I not realize all the time? It's a buy stop. So I'm trying to see, the reason why I'm not closing the full position is I'm trying to see if there's interest in gravitating above pre-market session and getting animated, you know. But obviously the moment I see it close, get back inside the range, that's when I realize, yeah, it's probably not gonna, yeah, it's probably not gonna do that. In fact, that was also ahead of macro time, and we just took it up relatively quite high. So that was an indicator that I should get out of the trade. So I took out everything. So my intended TP did not get hit, but I did take some profits. I mean 160 handles plus. That's a lot, bro. That's way more than any live stream you could do in less than 10 minutes. I think that was 5 minutes. The trade was in a span of 5 minutes. Yeah, so that was a lot. 160 handles. So that was the trade of the day. I think I made $400 something in it. So yeah, so if you could just combine all profits, I think I made $400. Yeah, I'm really down on the account, like down 6 grand. My trading has been really not so good. I think it's one of the reasons why is because I haven't been so focused. I'm really dedicated to it right now. I mean, as a dude who's in my trigger, and I have to, focus on books a lot more. So trading is not really one of my priorities as of yet, at the moment. Books, I just have to touch books. So right there, as I said, I got out exactly at the high, and that would have fucking, bro, I don't know what that would have done to me. If I had still been on that trade and it just reversed like that on me, bro, I don't know, bro, I don't know what the fuck would that have done to me. I would have been pissed right now, bro. I would have been pissed. And I would have been stopped out right there. That's where my trail stop was. So yeah, bro, these conditions are not good for anybody. That's why I say it requires individuals with a lot of experience to be able for you to pull that off and to see those type of moves coming, those type of moves that could potentially go against you. It a lot of experience. It doesn't come in a day's work, It doesn't come by you just watching a 5-minute training. You need that dedication and you need that figure to carry that certain swagger with you and just come in the markets every single day and just be part of this thing, Just watch price action. You don't even have to engage in that, Just watch it. Because most of trading, 80% of trading is just being patient, just watching price, just trying to get a feel for it and understanding what's going on. Because if you can't answer the following questions, which are, is the market going? When is it going to do it? And, are these fluid market conditions or good market conditions for what I'm expecting to be met? Are the market conditions conducive enough to meet my expectations? And if not, if you're not able to answer those 3 questions with full honesty, then you're not up for a trade, bro. Just wait, speculate until you get that full picture of what's going on. Until it's so fucking obvious that, yeah, this is definitely going up and I'm going in. I'm going in full leverage. I'm not incentivizing anyone to go full leverage. I'm just saying, yeah. But those are the type of trades, right? You want to get in the most obvious trades. But however, contrary to expectation, people, yeah, man, they just tend to miss those obvious trades because they're impatient. They're feeding off their flipping greed. They're just trying to get money, trying to get paid real quick. Their hands, the fucking buttons are itching for their fingers are itching to press those buttons. So impatience does not pay off, friends.